We begin our second half. So far, not a technically contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. It's been a clinic from Tony Parker.
Well, he's seen the court so well tonight. He's made some phenomenal passes here in the game so far in that first half.
You know, some folks say he's not a playmaker, but he's dispelling all of that nonsense. Parker.
Outside Leonard. The shot by Parker. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And the defense got away with a major lapse there.
You know, a big reason that the Nuggets were able to finish with the third best record in the West last season was they took care of business in the Western Conference. I mean, they went in every game against a conference opponent knowing what was on the line and handled business from there.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Outside, Green. He kicks to Splitter. And it's Denver with the rebound. Fareed's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The record for the Nuggets against the West ended at 38-14. Just one off the mark of the Thunder. Steve, for the best record within the conference.
Seemed like every time there was ground to be gained, Kevin, in the playoff race, the Nuggets came through. You know, teams in the West like to run a little bit, but I don't think anybody could really run with Denver. That's how they were able to both win at home and win in the conference.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Lawson kicks to Gallinari. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Spurs have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
You know, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last season, guys, was that they were able to finish games strong. You think a group of vets might run out of gas, but the opposite was true with this group. They turned it up down the stretch and were one of the most productive teams in the league in terms of fourth quarter points.
Leonard against Gallinari. And Parker, here we go. Gets it to go. Parker's got 14 points for the game.
Late reaction from the defense, and he's always going to make good on that.
Well, Clark, a big part of why the Spurs were so good last year in the fourth was because they have so many options when possessions, you know, Steve, start getting critical and the game is tight.
Well, no question. You've got Parker to create off the dribble. You can always throw it into the low post to Duncan. But on top of that, you've got a roster full of guys who understand how to play the game and know how to play each other. Just the experience that this group has gained together over the years, I think, allows them to execute under pressure.
McGee with the block. Now, here is Gallinari. Ball's knocked loose. Parker with the steal. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Flushes it down to finish the break.
Well, that's the easiest opportunity an offense can get off a steal.
Exactly. No defense for that. Boy, this is a neat story, guys. Danny Green was undrafted out of North Carolina. And another nice find for perhaps the best organization in all of sports, the San Antonio Spurs. He's an excellent three-point shooter, over 40% from three-point range for his career. He helps that team spread the floor, and that energizes their high-powered offense.
Inside. And Parker with the basket on the assist from Duncan. 16 points for Tony Parker.
Well, the number one priority for a defense when you face this guy is to keep him getting anywhere from the basket because he's just so strong as a finisher.
I tell you what else I like is his attacking mindset too, Steve. No matter where he is on the court, when he gets possession, he will turn it up and turn it on and run out. Most of the time, he doesn't stop until he's laid the ball in the hoop.
And the Spurs with some changes. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. DL comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Kawhi Leonard. And count it, 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. So Lawson will go to the free throw line. Marco Bellinelli picks one up. And Green, nice versatility too, not just an outside shooter.
No, he's an excellent defensive player. In fact, Greg Popovich calls upon him to often guard the opponent's best wing player. So for Green, a two-way player, a guy who can get it done at both ends of the floor. You know, regardless of who starts the break, it seems like he's usually the one to finish it.
And that's because of how well he attacks the rim on the dead run.
The feed to Arthur. Pass to Hickson. Stolen. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. The shot by Ginobili. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler.
Well, he's wide open there, but really struggles from that range. Maybe there's a reason he's open.
Arthur passes to Lawson. The dish to Hickson. Lets it go. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Tony Parker. Spurs have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And Bellinelli kicks to Leonard. Leonard off the pick from Bonner. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Arthur, he's guarded by Diaw. Nice shot by Arthur. Arthur's got his first points in this one.
Coach Popovich was fined last season for sitting out his top players in a nationally televised matchup against the Heat. I certainly understand the league's posture there, and it was a lot said about it. Yet, for a veteran team like the Spurs with championship aspirations, I understand resting key players during the course of the regular season.
Fournier dishes to Chandler. Hickson defended by Bonner. Chandler kicks to Fournier. Hickson. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Jarrell Arthur. And Bellinelli kicks to Leonard. 1:06 left in the third. Right side, Leonard. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. And back to that fine for Popovich, $250,000. Steve, that'll leave a dent.
Yeah, no doubt. But, you know, Popovich enjoys tweaking the league at times. This was clearly an effort to do that. But, look, I think it's good for him to actually, you know, kind of let the league know every once in a while that if you're going to give us that kind of schedule with my older team, I'm going to sit them down once in a while.
But they recover it. Bellinelli passes to Leonard. He feeds it to Bellinelli. Back to Leonard. Three-pointer. That's good. Leonard's got 7. The Nuggets shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Pass to Fournier. Into J.J. Hickson. And Lawson, here we go. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
Inexcusable mistake for a team that's trying to get back into the game.
Yeah, I have no clue what he was thinking about there. As a matter of fact, he may have had his brain in neutral.
Ginobili kicks to Diaw. Offensive rebound. He gets it up. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the... Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
And another thing they're doing is really taking advantage of fast break opportunities, scoring some easy baskets.
Arthur inside. Diaw on him. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, their plan of attack has been pretty clear to see. I mean, get the ball inside and just take it strong to the hoop. Be dominant in the lane.
Well, the defense has been very slow to adjust. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Matt Bonner. Free throw, no good for Randolph.
You know, the Nuggets were one of the top scoring teams in the league last year, and they actually could have been even better if they were able to hit their free throws.
Leonard kicks to Diaw. Connects from three-point range.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
Yeah, and that's fine as long as you're making them, but make sure you don't start launching bad shots. That's a problem.
Parker dishes to Bellinelli. He passes to Leonard. Parker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Shot's good. Yeah, Clark, you're right. Third worst in the league in team shooting at the charity stripe, at the free throw line. But they still made, Steve, a lot of free throws, but that is mostly because they were getting to the line a ton each game.
Yeah, they were third best in the NBA in terms of free throw attempts. And, Kevin, you know, even though they missed a lot with some of their big men and the struggles they had, remember, when you get to the line, you can set up your defense as well. Even when you miss, now you've got everybody back. You can set your D up and really make it tougher for your opponent to score.
Left side, Randolph. Got a piece of it. Kicks it to Arthur. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Mills can't hit. He dishes it to Arthur. Inside to Randolph. Ooh, the double clutch. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Spurs have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Here's Bellinelli. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
You know, usually teams go on runs and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
No, not at all. They're putting this run together with a lot of mid-range jump shots, so you're seeing a pretty good display of marksmanship right now.
Denver making a switch here. Hickson's checked in. And Boyd kicks to Hickson. And the layup's good off the glass.
The 2 points are pretty much a lock when they're able to get the ball into that position inside.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Outside Leonard. Feeds to Duncan. Passes it to Mills. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Leonard, no luck. Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Robinson kicks to Foy. Dishes it to Chandler. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
That's not what they needed there, that's for sure.
And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. Mills with it. Robinson on him. Mills with it. Shot clock at 5. Rejected by Robinson. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Here's Robinson. Chandler outside. The pass to Arthur. Outside Robinson. He kicks it to Foy. Chandler. Nice D from Leonard.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Here's Bellinelli using his post moves to get the 2 points.
And he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
The Nuggets shooting the ball at 42%. And there's the feed to Hickson. Foy up top. Nice jump shot from the top of the key.
And what I like about him, he needs very little time to get his shot off. If he has just a bit of room, that's all it takes. In a catch-and-shoot situation, he's going to let it fly.
And the consistency of his jump shot is another thing we should say about him. I mean, it doesn't matter how many defenders are flying at him, his stroke is never changing.
Leonard, the pass to Bellinelli. The dish to Mills. 5 on the clock. Wide open look. Diao can't hit. Nuggets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Without question, last season was the best of J.J. Hickson's career. A new field goal high in terms of percentage, and his rebound rate went off the charts. Played his way into a nice contract, too.
A different look now for San Antonio. Green comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And DeColo subbed in for Bellinelli. And looking back for J.J. Hickson, this is a player who was waived back in 2012 by the Kings.
Yeah, he's bounced around a little bit, but I thought had an excellent season in Portland last year and has solidified his position in this league. He's an active, energetic big man. And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
It's off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Robinson dishes to Hickson. Foy defended by DeColo. Robinson drives in. Clock at 6. Chandler kicks to Foy. Robinson, he feeds it to Arthur. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's DeColo, covered by Foy. They kick it out to Green. Pass to Bobby. Shoots over Hickson. Almost, but it rolls out.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
Here's Foy, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And the foul goes against San Antonio.
Well, you know what? When you look at Nate Robinson, guys, you could make the case or even argue that the last few seasons, he's been a bargain basement deal. I mean, he's been very productive, and he's been playing on single-season, veteran minimum contracts. I mean, he's provided a lot of value for what he's been paid. But after a big performance for the Bulls in the playoffs, the league caught on, and this year he was finally rewarded with a multi-year deal.
Kicks it to DeColo. Puts the lead pass in front of him. And Green gets it to go.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
Here's DeColo. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time.